Streaming service consolidation continues with FandangoNOW's new announcement. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Entrepreneur. Welcome to my media channel. If you happen to like channels about streaming, physical media, and well, just collecting physical media in general, please hit that subscribe button and be notified for new content. But we've got a little bit of an update today on a purchase that happened sometime last year that confounded a lot of people. So VUDU was the streaming service that was owned by Wal-Mart. This was Wal-Mart's way to get into the movie sale business and rental business, and I have to say, I really like VUDU. I have always liked VUDU. They have been my service of choice. Whenever I redeemed anything on Ultraviolet and now Movies Anywhere, VUDU is the primary service that I use. I like how I can share the account with my family members. I like the personalized list so that I can kind of have little individualized shelves, like here are all the best picture winners, here's the Disney animated films, here's the terrible movies that I own. Yes, that's an actual thing that I put on there. So VUDU has just always been my choice, but I guess it wasn't as profitable for Walmart as they wanted, or maybe they just saw no future in streaming or media. I don't know why. It's not like people have stopped watching movies or anything like that. But anyway, they sold VUDU, and they were bought by a strange competitor. They were bought by Fandango. Now, the reason Fandango was a strange choice was, well, for me personally, I always thought of Fandango as the ticket buying company, and I guess I still do that, but it's nowhere near the business that it used to be. But the other strange reason was because Fandango already has a streaming service called FandangoNOW. And that did beg the question, what is Fandango going to do with this? Are they simply buying up a competitor? Are they going to keep both services running? Are they going to merge them? Like, what are they going to do? I just thought that it would be more sense. It would make more sense, I should say, if a company who wanted to build a streaming service just bought VUDU, because then they basically have a streaming service. They don't have to put in the time and the money to build one from scratch, but Fandango decided to buy them. Well, now we have a very good idea. In fact, we have a concrete answer on what they are going to do. They are literally merging the services, and FandangoNOW is moving to VUDU, where, as you can see from the logo, it's pretty much going to be referred to as VUDU Fandango. So here is what Fandango is advertising. They are saying FandangoNOW is moving to VUDU soon. We will soon be one bigger and better service and still no subscription. You will get even more movies and TV shows, including thousands for free. Get the best deals on VUDU with tons of exclusive offers and discounts, and enhanced features like Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, Kids Mode, and more. The Kids Mode, to my knowledge, is going to be a new feature, but let's continue. So, we're going to have the expanded catalog of movies and TV shows. We're going to have the best deals. We're going to have Dolby. We're going to be able to watch on more devices, including Roku, Samsung, LG, Vizio, PlayStation, Xbox, Infinity X1, Flex, Fire TV, TiVo, and more. You'll be able to expand the digital library. In fact, this is something that I was a little concerned about, because the disc-to-digital feature that VUDU used to be known for kind of seemed to go away. And for those of you who are not aware of what that was when you grabbed a DVD. Let's pretend this is a DVD. I know it's a VHS, but let's pretend. And you had it, and you didn't want to buy a brand new disc. Well, now you could scan the barcode through the disc-to-digital feature on the VUDU app. And if that title was supported, you could buy a digital copy of that movie or TV show for a discounted price. Now, that has not been in use for a while. I was assuming that VUDU had discontinued it, but it looks like that is going to continue under Fandango's ownership. So that is really neat, in my opinion. And there's going to be family-friendly features, safer family viewing with kids modes, common sense media ratings and revenue, parental controls, and more. Now, there is probably still some questions about what's going to go on with this merger, and VUDU has, or I should say Fandango, did decide to answer some of those basic questions, like, how will my account be affected after FandangoNOW moves to VUDU? And it says your FandangoNOW account will no longer be active after FandangoNOW moves to VUDU, but rest assured that your library will be safe. You will still be able to access your library, watch list, and account details on VUDU after you move your content. So here's the thing. You need to make sure to move your content over to VUDU now when that option becomes available, because if you don't do it, you're going to lose it. So please, please, please keep that in mind. But then that begs the other question. Why can't I move my account over to VUDU now? Very good question. So they say, we wanted to give you plenty of notice that changes are coming and give you a chance to get familiar with the exciting new features on VUDU before providing you quick and easy instructions for moving over your FandangoNOW account to VUDU. So you can't move that stuff over now, but they want to give you a huge heads up that it is coming. And when they do, again, I highly recommend you do it, because once they shut that FandangoNOW service down and you haven't moved it over, you're going to lose those movies. So what will happen to my Movies Anywhere titles in my FandangoNOW library? If you have a Movies Anywhere account linked to your FandangoNOW account, your FandangoNOW and Movies Anywhere libraries are entirely safe, which I have to admit, that is a really nice reason to have Movies Anywhere. You can continue to watch and enjoy them anytime on VUDU. You will need to relink your Movies Anywhere account once you have moved your FandangoNOW account to VUDU. And finally, can I use my FandangoNOW gift card or promo codes on VUDU? Yes, you can still use your FandangoNOW gift card on VUDU. You can also use your FandangoNOW promo codes on VUDU, as long as your promo codes have, sorry, was about to say cards, but codes have not expired. So those are all the basic questions. And again, I'm personally happy with this. Now, do I have any FandangoNOW movies? Yeah, but it's not like a huge library. It's like 2 or 3, and I think one of them is like Jumanji, because it was like a freebie for seeing one of the new movies. I actually have gotten Jumanji for free on these streaming services several times. It's actually kind of ridiculous how many times I've given away that movie for free. But anyway, this is what's going to happen. So I do think it's interesting that they are changing the FandangoNOW, because Fandango was kind of their bread and butter. But maybe there's also some brand confusion there, like, you know, when people type in FandangoNOW, they really want to buy the movie tickets, but they're confused, like, what's FandangoNOW and what does that mean? So maybe this is just their way to kind of separate the business models. Like, Fandango is where you buy tickets, but VUDU Fandango, that is where you buy movies. Either way, I'm glad that VUDU will still be around. The only thing that they did not answer for me, and I'm a little concerned about this, they haven't really addressed what they're going to do with their 3D movies, which I know that's not a lot of people's concern right now. Most people don't have 3D movies on VUDU, but for a long time, VUDU is one of the few, if not the only, streaming services where you can buy 3D movies. So I do buy 3D movies on VUDU, and I am wondering if that's going to stick around. I mean, it doesn't seem like there would be any reason to remove those movies or that content, but nevertheless, I'm just a little concerned about that. But that's the only thing I'm concerned about. Otherwise, it sounds like things are going to pretty much be the same. VUDU is going to still be VUDU, except Fandango will now own it. But I do want to take this moment to ask you, what do you think of all of this? Do you like this announcement? Do you not like this announcement? Do you use FandangoNOW? Do you use VUDU? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.